I've noticed a lot of you smart Alex out there letting us know that the syntax of our SCP monsters can never escape titles is a little vague. Like, how can a Keter be listed as something that can never escape? Keters are literally impossible to contain. Wouldn't it just be better if we did SCP monsters that would make the world a better place by staying contained? Or SCP monsters that are causing lots of problems by remaining at large? I get it, you want to flex your grammatical muscles all over the folks in the comments section. You go, girl. But today, we're bringing you a freshly titled SCP video with no room for interpretation. Whether they escaped and stayed on the loose, or flew the coop only to be recaptured and recontained, they fit under the lovely umbrella of today's title. So take that, grammar nerds. Also, I really appreciate you all supporting the channel and watching our videos. Love you. Hello horror heads and welcome back to the scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. I'm your horror host, Keegan Hughes, and today we have a smattering of dangerous beings that have found ways to slip through the Foundation's iron grip. The top 5 scariest SCP creatures that managed to escape. I hope you'll understand if I reuse some SCPs from previous lists, but these escapees are all too terrifying, hilarious, and inventive to pass over. Before we get started, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more SCP skedaddlers. Outstanding. Let's get going. Kicking us off at number 5, we have SCP-001, Dr. Clef's Proposal. The Gate Guardian, one of my personal favorite 001 proposals. This is a massive humanoid angel thing with untold powers. Usually something of this immense power would make it a little higher on a list, but the Foundation never really managed to actually contain this thing. I'll bend the meaning of the word escape to ensure it fits on this list though. There have been protective containment measures enacted to ensure the safety of other humans that may stumble across it, and the Gate Guardian has most definitely reached outside of these to strike down aggressors. So yeah, although it tends to stay in one spot, its influence and smiting powers have escaped through the cracks. The Gate Guardian is a humanoid entity approximately around 700 cubits tall, or in modern measurements 320 meters. It has taken up residence in an undisclosed location and floats far above the earth. Luminous wings sprout from its shoulders, back, temples, ankles, and wrists, and the number of wings seems to vary based on who's looking at it and when. There have been as little as 2 and as many as 108, but the mean number of wings is 4. It holds a weapon, either a sword or a knife, that emits flames at insane temperatures rivaling those of the sun. However, the heat doesn't seem to have any destructive effects on the surrounding environment. If you get too close though, you will be obliterated. Absolutely smoten. All hostile attacks, regardless of range, will be punished by divine annihilation. No questions asked. Any human exposed to it will receive a directive which cannot be disobeyed. The most common is forget, which is actually quite good for those trying to keep folks away. The founder received the message prepare, while some D-class folks approaching it were told leave. As there is no way to really figure out what this thing's up to, the Foundation is keeping good relationships with those of various Abrahamic religions, just in case some prayer is required in the future. Coming in at number 4, we have SCP-1048. The Deadly Teddy. What a lunatic. When the Foundation first became aware of 1048, it appeared to be a regular little teddy bear. No unusual qualities other than the fact that it could move on its own. Every child's dream. It would communicate with Foundation personnel through gestures and show affection to most people it met. This behavior made it very endearing to any and all who came in contact. It would dance and jump around and even draw pictures for the janitors. It's enough to make your heart leap out of your chest. Is that morbid? During its time as a cute little mascot, nobody was able to ascertain its origins or what its nature was. Any questions about these topics would be ignored, and it would go on being the most precious little fuzzball this side of the Mogwai farm in China. But like good old Gizmo, this adorable animal has a dark side. 1048 made little facsimiles of itself, and they are now known as 1048A, B, and C. A is made of human ears and emits a deafening scream that causes little ear polyps to form on and in people, killing them. B is crafted from... You know what, I'm just gonna let you research this one, okay? It's not good. And C is made of rusty scrap metal, able to jump right through people. Like, not like teleporting or blinking, like tearing a hole through their chest midair. All 3 are extremely violent towards humans, unlike their friendly progenitor. Although it is likely that the cuddly exterior belied the evil lurking within. A popular theory is that the bear dropped everyone's guard by being so gosh darn lovable and used this low level of surveillance to collect the materials. How did it collect so many human ears? I don't really want to know. After the 3 alternate teddies showed up and rained carnage upon the personnel at Site-24, they all disappeared. Nobody knows where they went, or even how many there are at this point. It's probable that they remain on Site-24 property, but nothing has been found yet. In the meantime, no teddy bears are allowed on Site-24 to prevent confusion. Coming in at number 3, SCP-1233. Moon Champion. Champion of the Moon People. I love this guy. He's mad dangerous though, like a toddler to a colony of ants. 1233 looks like a dude in a spacesuit with a tinted visor. The suit is anomalous in that it is supremely durable, opaque to all forms of scanning, and has an insane jetpack. Dunk him in magma, give him an X-ray, tie him down at the bottom of a trench, he'll be fine. Add in some very anomalous strength and you have a super destructive spaceman. He communicates through a loudspeaker in the suit and is apparently a male, fluent in many languages. While generally coherent in his speech, he likes to ramble on about things irrelevant to the present situation. Think a very confused Zap Brannigan with superpowers. Less machismo, more non sequiturs. The Moon Champion only appears every 4 or 5 years on Earth, but whenever he does, he causes some serious mayhem. He starts by crash landing at terminal velocity, often being mistaken for a meteor. Then he'll run around like a child, inspecting buildings, animals, bugs, pressing fruits to his visor, walking directly to the bottom of bodies of water. It's all very amusing until you realize the threat he poses. Wandering in traffic, crashing through concrete walls, stumbling into antique shops, you get it. After attempting to convince assorted folks to come with him on an intergalactic journey, he'll often just jetpack right off the planet, past the moon. If someone takes him up on the adventure, he'll grab him by the wrist and fly off into space. That person will never be seen again. When I say this SCP managed to escape, I mean it managed to escape our atmosphere. And the Foundation too, I guess. Coming in at number 2, we have SCP-2872. Did somebody say escaping our atmosphere and also the Foundation? Because 2872 did that too. This is one of my favorites, Space Horse. This thoroughbred stallion is an exceptionally skilled racehorse with a great Kentucky Derby record. Under regular circumstances, there's nothing anomalous about it other than the fact that it doesn't seem to age. The anomalies present themselves every 5 years following the last Kentucky Derby it won. 2872 will enter a restless state and run in large loops, building speed. It will continuously accelerate until it's running fast enough to demolish anything in its path. Miraculously enough, it will remain physically unharmed while body slamming through concrete barriers. At one point, its top speed was 320 meters per second. After reaching this, the horse would then run in circles for hundreds of kilometers, only slowing down if it heard 2 magic words. Whoa boy. If someone was able to account for the Doppler effect and deliver that message to the horse's ears, it would slow down and chill out. For years, the Foundation was able to keep it in a cell that prevented destructive acceleration. Heck, they even saw it win a couple more derbies. But then, at some point in the 2010s, it busted right out of there. No acceleration required. This jailbreak caused hundreds of injuries and dozens of deaths. Tranquilizers and the old failsafe whoa boy had no effect. Soon, the horse accelerated until it achieved escape velocity and slingshotted its way out into the galaxy. At the current moment, it's 10 light years away from our solar system and appears to have lost forward momentum, although current analysis suggests that it's turning. We need a space cowboy, and fast. And finally, number 1, SCP-659. While others on this list have escaped just due to their nature, these birds have made their exit powered by sheer hate for humanity. Not what you want to hear from a group of hyper-intelligent killer birds. 659 is a species of bird resembling a heron that when separated from its flock is indistinguishable from a normal bird. It's a little smarter than most, being able to use tools and problem solve, but it's likely to be passed off as any other winged beast. However, these boids display modular intelligence. The more that assemble, the smarter they become. It's not a hive mind or telekinesis, but it sure works. Get enough of these birds together and they massively exceed human intelligence. For this reason, the Foundation prefers to keep them isolated from each other. Prior to the first recorded containment, instances of 659 didn't show any aggression towards humans. Now, any identified flock will express a vigorous hostility towards humanity. Not good. If allowed to congregate, there is no containment method the Foundation can employ to keep these beaky buckaroos behind bars. The ever infamous Incident 659-A involved a coordinated containment breach headed by the birds and resulted in the death of all on-site personnel minus a few. Once they were recontained, one isolated incident was interviewed. Drawing in its comrades' blood, it let us know their ultimate goal: freedom. They've escaped before and they'll do it again, and once they do, our goose is cooked. Bird pun. The craftiest beasts break containment like it's nothing. Tehlu, save us. I'm sure there are some excellent escape stories left on this list, so make sure you tell me your favorite down in the comments. Maybe a riff on how you would escape containment if the Foundation found you. Speaking of comments, let's take a look at some of your more guileful ones from top 5 scariest short stories you need to read. Mark Smith says, I'm gonna have to send you and Lucy a copy of my first book and a copy of the second when it's released. I love short horror stories. Please do, and make sure you sign it too, it'll be worth a lot someday. Dave Luna says, okay Keegan, you're one of my favorite hosts. Okay Dave, you're one of my favorite Daves. Dylan Allen says, loving the Run the Jewels shirt, Keegan. What's your favorite song by the Jewels? I think mine is either Early or Blockbuster Night Part 1. Keep up the good work. Both good choices, but my favorite's gotta be Banana Clipper. There's something about the flow in that first verse that has never left my brain. Richard Norfleet says, you really bore me. I'd rather watch grass grow. Okay, go do it. Sounds like you could use some fresh air anyways. And Ox the Undead 666 says, hey Keegs, can I use your skin and blood to write a horror novel? I mean, I don't know, maybe after I'm dead. I'm sort of using it right now. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. We have a smattering. Woo! Usually something this immense. This behavior. Chris, I can't speak. I forgot how to speak English. Thousands, dozens. That's a big jump. I'm sorry, that's probably too on the nose with the coronavirus. Until it achieved escape velocity. Velocity?
Hey, you're almost there, man.
Oh, falling apart. I'm crumbling.